Gentleman from Minnesota.
I thank the Speaker. I enormously respect the distinguished and amiable gentleman from Ohio, the weightlifting champ of the House gym. When he walks on the floor, the weights quiver and shake in awe of his appearance. He has been an advocate for the Delta Queen, even to last fall when I was in the Bethesda Naval Hospital for an operation, correct a long-standing injury to my neck. He sent a sheet cake with the Delta Queen emblazoned upon it to remind me of his diligence and of his enthusiasm for the Delta Queen. I could only eat one slice of it, but I assured him that the staff at the hospital, who had no idea what the Delta Queen was all about, appreciated this sheet cake from a very distinguished and caring gentleman from the state of Ohio. But labor has nothing to do with this issue. I haven't heard from a single person in any labor union about this matter. The Delta Queen, built in 1926, can carry 174 passengers, 88 staterooms. It has extensive wood superstructure. It has extensive wood interior and furniture. And for those reasons, the Coast Guard will not certify this vessel. Opposition is clear. Quote, "The combustible construction of the vessel presents an unacceptable fire risk that cannot be mitigated by the addition of fire suppression measures," says the Coast Guard. As such, the Coast Guard position remains unchanged. The Delta Queen should be prohibited from operating with overnight passengers. Since May 28, 1936, the United States has required that passenger vessels be constructed essentially of fire retardant material. In the interest of maritime safety, the Coast Guard, continuing their quote, has consistently opposed legislation to prolong the service of the Delta Queen. The vessel, constructed of wood, operating in the overnight passenger trade, presents an unacceptable fire risk to its passengers and crew. It goes on at great length. The Delta Queen can operate in daytime, but not at night. In the operation of the trade on the Mississippi River, the worst disaster in history occurred, a fire on board a paddle wheeler, yes, in the 19th century, but 1,700 people died 100 yards from shore. On March 22nd of this year, the Delta Queen had a fire in the generating room requiring the use of their fixed CO2 extinguishing system. Fortunately, no one was injured. The generator shorted, caused flames to shoot out the generator end. Earlier this month, the Queen of the West, this April, a similar paddle wheel operated by the very same company that owns and operates the Delta Queen had a fire in the engine room, required evacuation of 177 passengers and crew, 3 crew members treated for smoke inhalation. Last year, in May, the Empress of the North, another excursion vessel, operated by the same company owning the Delta Queen, ran aground in southeast Alaska, evacuated over 200 passengers and crew. 4th grounding of that vessel in less than 4 years. Now, I can understand those who live along the Mississippi River. It starts nearly in my district, all the way down to the Gulf. But, friends, we would never stand for limiting safety on a 747 aircraft. And over a decade ago, a foreign airline was trying to remove overwing exits from a 747. Congressman Bill Klinger Pennsylvania's ranking Republican on the Committee on Aviation with me, we stopped them from doing that. We stopped the FAA from allowing that risk to safety. We should stop this risk to safety here. Fire at night is terrifying. Oppose the amendment.
God save the Queen.
But God save its passengers.